Greetings, everybody. It's Riffraff Hornhelm here on behalf of the Dwarven Vault with our Halloween special presentation. This is something different for us, so we're put together a little bit for this human holiday that they call Halloween, where you get like free treats and whatnot. Free food is always a good thing, so I can't say anything bad about that. But this is not about that. This is about spooky stuff and stuff that's Halloween themed for our special. So, in today's episode, you're going to take a look at a dungeon. We actually put together a brief dungeon that's Halloween themed for the purposes of enjoying this wonderful holiday with a special celebration. So enjoy our brief foray into a haunted mansion and see what happens when dwarves play other characters that are not dwarven. Should be pretty interesting. Enjoy. I'll talk to you afterwards. Have fun. Well, hello everybody. It's Riff Raff here with all my good friends from the Hornhelm family. And, don't hit each other. And quit squabbling over the toys. And we're here tonight to do a bit of a dungeon for you in honor of this very special human holiday, Halloweeny. Free candy, that's all I really know. Free candy and costumes.
Free candy?
Where people try to look like us and other...
Free candy.
Yeah, free candy.
Nice.
Well, not as good as free beer.
Sounds
True.
like a trick.
Yeah, I'd rather have free beer.
Yeah.
So, welcome, my little minions. It's very good to see you here. Tonight, you will see whether or not you can survive and prosper in the haunted mansion. Excuse me, it's hard to hear that voice. And you will all be inside the haunted mansion of the merchant, the great prior merchant, long abandoned now, but the Gold Gem family. Yes, and you can imagine what their speciality was with a name like Gold Gem.
We like those ingots.
No. Wheat, of course.
Yes.
Oh, you know.
But
Brings in the money.
Richest in town. And you 4 individuals now have just come from a pub where you've had some very typical dwarven libations, some huge mugs of ale, some stout glasses of whiskey, and I think you may have even tried to offset it a bit by having some chips and salsa. Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't chips and salsa. But
That sounds like it has fruit in it.
after you were told about this mansion on the edge of town, you were intrigued. And now you're drunk enough to check it out.
That sounds right. That sounds like you. And
Why
me.
we're not playing dwarves.
True.
Obviously.
I'm already scared. It's a beautiful mansion. It was in its heyday almost 100 years ago. But there was a tragic night where Mr. and Mrs. Goldgem, my lord and my lady, were off in a horrible way.
How?
I don't know, they didn't tell me that part.
Nah.
Oh.
But
Bury the lead.
ever since then,
Yeah.
after they went in to check what had happened, and I'm talking about the magistrate and some of the town guard, they all ran from there screaming.
None of them were
And-
dwarves.
No.
Since that time, anyone who's gone into the mansion has never returned. But
Definitely weren't
the
dwarves.
Gold Gems were a very rich family, and they had lots and lots of loot. Gold, silver, gems. objects d'art, all of that.
What dwarf did they kill to get that?
They didn't have to. They bought it.
They-
I know. That's a great deal of wealth,
Oh.
What?
but it's never been recovered.
Ooh.
We're going to see if you're up to recovering it.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, staggering along
I don't think
in
we're gonna make it.
your current state of mind, or lack thereof,
What's being drunk like?
you are
I don't know.
quietly moving to the edge of town and looking up this hill. You can see that the old iron gate in front of this place is half broken open, and you can see a long neglected stairway of stone steps. Excuse me. That proceed up the hill to the actual building. Now, this is a 2-story wooden building. It's been sitting there for almost 100 years, so it's getting kind of decrepit looking. You can see that there's a large porch around the front of it, but some of the pieces of the railings for the balustrade and so forth are gone and rotted away, and you can see rotted holes in the actual porch flooring as you approach. You also notice some other things. You see a light, and this light flashes up in one of the windows upstairs, just briefly. And it's an eerie light, not a strong light, but a weak, eerie looking light.
Are there any elves around?
As you look the other direction, up at all the different windows and the facings up here, suddenly you'll see that on one of them, the shutter slams shut.
Itself.
As soon as that gets your attention, you also hear this really loud creaking noise. It's pretty weird. And then a slam. The noise echoes out. As that as that noise echoes out, you also see fluttering motions up above you and a great swath of bats, probably several dozen, come out from under the eaves of the roof and flap off into the night. The night which shines down and provides you with some light because of the full moon that is out there tonight. There are some wispy clouds, but it lights everything up perfectly. As you're looking at all of this, in the distance, you hear the howl. A maniacal howl. Must be from one of the largest wolves you can imagine. It really makes the chills run up and down your spine. As you get to the porch itself and carefully maneuver your way up the porch, not having to worry about anything too much at this point other than missing the holes and the rotted board edges that you see as you're going up this stairway. You approach the front door. As this is going on, noises continue. The shutter flaps back and forth. There's hardly any wind. You hear sounds of steps and creaks from inside the house, and every once in a while, a distant pale light in one or more of the windows. When you get to the front door, which is closed, and you step within a few feet of the mantle, suddenly, all the noises stop. And though you hadn't noticed it before, the sounds of the night, the chirping of the crickets, the croaking of the frogs, the farting of the old wives, all of these sounds are audible again. The door is shut in front of you, and the house is quiet. So, what do you do? Who's going to walk up there first? Who's going to go into this room? Well, don't all rush at once.
Well, my character won't be. I'm playing an elf coward. There's no way I would be going up first.
An elf.
I had to try something different.
Why an elf coward?
Why?
Yeah.
Isn't that redundant?
I mean, very much so, but I mean,
Well, I'm just
I
saying.
want to be not at the front for once. I'm used to getting all the scars. I want to see what it's like from behind somebody for once.
You want to be the butt boy for the group.
I mean, and
Okay, I don't really want to know about your personal fantasies. We're going to move on here. And you have the door in front of you, and we know that the elf is not going to go. So who's going to go?
The half-orc fighter.
Ah, our half-orc fighter. If you wanted to get away from being a dwarf, that's about as far away as you can get, other than being a pure elf. Oh, wait, never mind.
hey, oh,
Yeah. Okay, you're a half-orc fighter, and you're going to go up to this door and open the door, right? As you extend your hand to reach down for the handle, this old, crusted, greasy brass handle, it clicks down, and the door opens about an inch by itself.
I punch it.
Roll 20-sided. Oh, how did you manage to do that? That's gonna hurt. Oh, I can't say too much about that one there. I gotta stop for a second. I forgot my dice.
My coordination's off. That beer was too good.
Something.
well, he scared me with opening the door like that. I guess my character would be more like, oh, gee, in the back, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to
Oh.
play an elf.
I'm playing a human bow user.
A bow user.
I wanted to
What's
do
that?
something
If you
distance
want to
hitting.
play an elf, just stop thinking.
I couldn't
and you'll
bring
be
myself
halfway
to
there.
the pointy ears.
What if I just run away the whole time?
Well,
That'd be the
it's
other.
kind of good news and bad news here.
Uh-oh.
Fair.
Well, no, it's more like bad news and bad news.
I like that better.
Yeah.
I like that
Funny.
better.
So,
You are a half orc.
when you punch the door didn't like that. It moved forward. You're like, yeah, I'm pretty successful here. Before it came back and whacked you really hard.
Sassy door.
It knocks you backwards, flat on your ass.
Oh.
And you take 6 points of damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's not good.
Oh.
That's not good at all. But don't roll so crummy next time. Okay. The door is closed again. Who's touching it now?
My human fighter will come up and try to open the door.
Human fight. Can he find his own hands?
He can. He's
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. So you're going to go up there and open the door, and you grab that handle. The handle feels cold and slimy, like it's been sitting in water all day.
well,
Cold water.
a half orc just touched it. I'm not surprised.
Actually, if
Well.
you were paying attention, I didn't touch it. It opened on its own.
He has a
It
point.
touched you.
Yeah. So
Ugh.
that's okay. You're a human. You don't have a lot of smarts.
Oh.
I can rock with all this. And you end up grabbing the handle, opening the door, thrusting the door open, and looking inside. So here's what you see. And what you see is amazing. Well, not really. It's the inside of a moldering old house, but it's amazing in the sense that it looks fairly intact. When you look off to the left, you see a room. The door's open to it. It appears to be like maybe a drawing room, and you see some decrepit furniture and rotting drapes on the walls. And off to the right, you'll see what appears to be a parlor, complete with like overstuffed chairs and whatnot that are also rotting and falling apart, and mice have nested in them. The walls are nicely made, but they're painted and moldy, and you see dripping water here and there on them. Very musty smelling inside of the home. And you'll see that this floorway in front of you, which was highly polished wood with inlay and so forth, is not looking too bad, but it's really dusty and dirty and whatnot. And when you look at it, yes, you will see some tracks in it, but they seem to be the kind of tracks you would expect from varmints and critters. So, you know, like mice and rats and you know, koala bears and things like that.
You're
So-
a half orc, right?
Koala bears?
What's a koala bear?
You're a half orc.
Yeah.
Go hunt your food.
You're a human. You should learn to keep your mouth shut.
Who's a human?
He's a human.
Oh, your character is a human.
My
character
character is a
too.
human.
So we got two dummies.
It's a human bow user. I figured hit it from a
A
distance.
Human bull. Oh, wait, I've heard of somebody.
See,
like
you
this.
gotta
Is his
try
name
wiggly
Solomon?
fingers.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I don't want to say anything too bad, but
A
from what
Solomon
I've heard
man.
of Solomon, I would say the
Solo
safest
man.
place for you guys to be is directly where he's aiming.
I mean, because he is a solemn man.
He's
Obviously.
a solo man.
That was the thought.
You leave him at the back. You can hang
Once
out.
you've made me ill, you shall be the first to die.
Had it coming.
So, as you see these things in front of you, is the most magnificent part of the house as you walk in. And that's a huge, sweeping, grand staircase. Beautifully made from wood. Beautiful
boy.
banisters. And
Beautiful wood.
I mean,
Right.
yay!
Very
Yay!
nice.
Stone is better.
Well, yes, as a
Yeah.
dwarf.
Wait.
Your character would love
I
this.
tried to.
the only
Oh,
thing
gee, it's
that-
so pretty. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Damn it. Okay, carry on.
I can't do it. I can't do it. It's so tough. Ugh. I mean,
I-
yay!
I
You're
will
doing
give
fine.
you
You're
points
doing
for
fine.
trying the very best you
Trying.
can to role play an elf.
Trying.
Okay.
I'll wiggle my fingers
here,
next.
I've got some.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I can get you some grass and some nuts. There's grass in the yards, and I think there's some trees out there. I might be able to get you some nuts. Would that help you get in the mood?
No, my character, he's gonna wiggle his fingers and go ooh and make a flower because that's what they do, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I
I heard anyway.
Got me.
I have heard that about.
I have
elves.
heard that.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it's very cool.
That is what the elven hospital look like.
Oh,
You have this
I mean,
beautiful stairway in front of you because
Yeah.
you know from the stories you heard at the pub that the loot that this guy had and his wife is probably tucked away somewhere in his main bedroom. He had
Oh.
a safe or something up there. And like I said, nobody's returned yet. So are you going to go up the stairs?
Did
yeah.
humans
Go up.
do they live
mean-
on the second floors or the
they
oh, I don't know. That's a good point. Probably.
they
do we
go
go
up.
to the
Well, if the rumor is that it's on the second floor, my fighter's going to draw his sword and go slowly up the stairs to.
Okay. So
Start
one
investigating.
human with a sword going up the stairs.
I will
Any
go
other
upside
takers?
the opposite side of the stairs.
The what? The
It's a grand staircase. So if he's going up one side,
one sweeping grand staircase.
one sweeping staircase. Okay.
So,
My fighter will follow.
okay.
I'll
and
back
your
them up.
fighter's a half orc.
because he's
I
a
am
We
coward.
got a human and a half orc. Who's next? We know
Yeah.
that
The other
it's gonna
human.
be tail end Charlie.
Yes.
I'm gonna be.
So
The other
I've got-
human
My
Yes.
coward will be last. I mean, elf will be last.
Solomon.
So all of you are carefully going up the stairs and trying, I'm sure, not to attract any undue attention, but you'll notice that these stairs are beautifully made because the only good wood is dead wood.
Yeah.
And
Oh wait, I'm an elf. Yay! This stuff is so pretty and
Hey.
wonderful.
Hey, no loot playing in the back there.
No, sorry.
so you're all moving up the stairway, and you get to the top, and once again, everything is there, but it seems to be in a long state of disrepair. The carpeting is moth-eaten, and the hangings are rotting, and it's not very pretty. It's very musty and unpleasant smelling in here. To be honest, it's pretty damn creepy. And as you guys go into the stairway, there's a sense, a heavy feeling, makes you feel uncomfortable and anxious. And
Nothing
you
new
start
for
moving
orcs.
down the stairway.
That's the
In
way my
front of
character
you,
always feels.
You see a hallway sticking forward or extending forward, and that hallway ends at a large set of double doors. Along the hallway on each side are 2 doors. In each case, they're open. Looking down that stairway in this reflected full moonlight. So you don't really need to have a lantern right now. This is a relatively well lit home.
People
Big
need to
windows.
use lanterns to see in the dark? Weird.
So you're able to see well enough that you can see those doors down there, and those, by the way, are closed. But you also see some shadows, and not sure what they are, laying on the floor. One of them seems to be at one of the entrances to one of the rooms, and the other one's just laying on the floor further up ahead. So, right now, I believe your character, is that correct, is in the lead?
Correct.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to move forward and see what one of these objects laying on the floor is.
The closest one is the one that's half in and half out of a room. As you get closer, you can tell that it's a body.
Whoa.
Now, it's not only a body of a human, or it seems to be about human sized, but it's very desiccated and well advanced in decomposition.
Well, sense of dread, desiccated, decaying body. Are we near my in-laws?
Well,
That's funny.
yeah, that's gonna be really funny when your wife hears that. And I'm just the person to make sure she does.
It
So-
was nice knowing you.
Sucker.
So you see this person laying there, and the clothing that they're wearing gives you the impression that maybe they were of a roguish nature. Now, as you look more closely and are able to see the face, you'll see that the face of this particular body is frozen in the Richter of terror from whatever it was that made him perish.
Definitely my in-laws. I won't mention that to the rest of the group. We have a corpse here. He seems to have died of... I don't know, he was frightened horribly.
Does he look like
Are
me?
there marks on the body?
I don't know. I'll start seeing if there's like any obvious marks aside from the fact that he's a mummy.
You don't see any obvious marks, and in fact, when you touch him and start to investigate, crumbles away. What, you found that funny?
I did.
That one didn't drink enough ale.
Some of my brethren are strange as...
Oh,
never mind.
I cast
Crumble
a
like
cleaning spell, because that's what they do, right? They basically,
yeah.
I don't know.
You're gonna make it perfect.
Yeah, I finger wiggle and go, clean. I mean, clean.
Okay, little tiny sparkles with
that does
teeny
work.
tiny butterflies and unicorns come out of your fingers,
Ugh.
and they all do things to make the stuff disappear.
Now I'm gonna have
In
nightmares.
the background, you can hear very gentle chiming.
I hate this
Elves
character.
are strange.
I knew I was doing something scary with this
It's
character.
nightmare fuel.
I don't know what you were thinking. Had to play enough. Well, it is Halloween. So
Had to be
I
something
guess
scary.
that's okay.
You told me to be something scary.
I didn't mean that scary.
No, I didn't.
Just creepy.
I learned.
Poor Angus having to be stuck in a
Next
hospital
time,
full
be
of them.
normal scary. You know, like a serial murder or something like
No,
that.
that's safer.
Well,
That's why
probably
I'm playing a human.
an elf. But I will give you credit that one of you had the intestinal fortitude to step forward and be the punching bag. I mean, be the elf in the party.
Yeah.
With this corpse being cleared up by your ever intrepid and weird ass elf, you guys are able to move forward. So, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go check the next door. And that shadow.
Okay, wait. So you're gonna go past him and check on the left or the right, one of the doors. Or are you gonna check the door that's opposite of him?
Opposite of him.
It's closed.
Oh.
Oh no, it's not. It's open. Never mind. That one's open.
Aha.
Okay.
Then I will check that room.
Okay, I need you to roll 20-sided for me. Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Sucks to be a human.
Put that one somewhere else.
You stick your head into that room
Bad.
and are using the faint light that comes from the full moon to investigate what's going on. And the first thing that happens after you stick your head into the room is a guillotine blade drops from above, aimed right at you.
Oh no.
Yes. Not no. Yes. It comes down at you like a whirlwind. But because I'm the nicest dungeon master in the world, if you don't believe me, ask me. Wait a minute. I'll give you a chance for a roll.
A
Roll
guillotine
20-sided for me.
because you're playing a human.
It could be from the area of France.
Excellent.
Wow.
Well done. That was a hell of a
was
roll.
that?
It almost got you out scot-free. It did a great job.
Almost.
Except, as you throw yourself back in a hurry, your left foot sticks forward far enough where the guillotine comes down and chops off all your toes.
Oh.
Now, you take 4 points of damage, and you're going to walk with a limp.
One for each
no.
toe.
Wait.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, well, dwarves were never noted for being the smartest in the group.
What?
Hey,
Yeah.
even when I've seen them
Lies and
18,
slander.
I've seen what they can do. So, your foot is bleeding all over the place. Those two big doors are still in front of you. And all you saw inside of that room was more indeterminate furniture. You would have had to go into the room to explore what's inside.
Can I stop the bleeding?
Uh,
Try to
Yeah.
tourniquet.
a tourniquet around your foot. Okay, where are you going to apply the tourniquet?
You're right around your neck.
I was going to say
Good
Don't
one.
say take off the boot, but scary enough.
You start
already.
right here.
where is the tourniquet going? I need to know.
Oh.
Take off the boot and around the ankle.
And around the ankle. Okay, it's going to take a moment. And obviously you're going to be doing some bleeding in the meantime. So, you're doing that while caterwauling, since that's what humans do, in the middle of the hallway. Going, my foot, my foot, my foot!
Oh no, my foot.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I need to know what the rest of you are doing, other than laughing.
Vomiting. My character has to
Oh,
vomit, right?
that's right. The elf is
remember.
like, "Ah."
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
oh, that's gross.
What's above the door on the
Help
other
me with
side
your
that had
elven
the body
hospital
in it?
magic.
Ooh, do I have that? Wait, give me a second. No, I didn't take those spells today. That's funnier this way.
Well, and here
I mean-
when an elf could have been useful.
Uh-huh.
Boy, it's hard to get those two
that's,
words in a
that's
sentence.
never. There's a first
So
time for
much
everything,
so.
though,
First
right?
time for everything. You never know. An elf could be useful. A stepping stool. Traction for a stuck wagon wheel.
Arrow pin cushion. That's been the favorite that I've seen. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
No.
ballast.
I sense the elf as being its normal, useless self. My character will come over to help bind what's left of his foot.
You said elf and useless in the same sentence.
I know, redundant.
I know, it's
Yeah,
more redundancies.
yeah,
Yes,
sorry.
okay. But you help take care of your fellow human and help bind his wound so it's not going to lose any more blood. You're still going to walk with a limp.
Yeah.
And you still have only guys. Come on, let's get down here. Go to the big doors.
I'm just gonna move forwards.
Okay, as you move forward, since right now that would put you in the lead, as a half orc, you get to the second set of doors that are there. Now, I need you to roll a 20-sided. Oh, well done, well done. You hear a click
Very nice.
and dive forward, just avoiding the arrows that shoot from each side past where your head was.
I would
There are more
also
elves.
like to make this thematic. Like we were drinking, so I'm just like gonna stumble and roll down the hallway while the arrows are flying.
There's only 2 arrows.
I'm going to run into my
But, you
character's
know, I'm
gonna run
drunk.
into the room after you.
Maybe I'm
I think
seeing
that's- I
more
think
than
that's fair.
2 because
That-
I'm drunk and my eyes
Well,
are
you
kind
can see
of.
whatever you want to on that side, but in terms of what really happens, you see these arrows coming, and because of how loose you are being drunk, you're more kind of like a walking upright snake right now, and you kind of weave around, and they miss you, and as you're stepping out of the way, you kind of ungracefully pirouette and slam into the ground.
My character rushes into the room. Oh, it's my elven brethren. I see their arrows.
They're not in the room. This is in the hallway.
Oh.
That's all.
As you're going down the hallway, he went past the half orc was going past the last 2 doors before you get to the big double doors, and that's where the arrows came out from either side.
Elves often miss the obvious, so.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
There is that.
They're invisible.
Unfortunately,
elves.
the arrows also missed the obvious, which in this case was the half orc, but still, they missed.
It was 3 feet in front of you. How did you miss? I mean, well done. Well done. You made it.
I'm gonna help my fellow human to his, I'd say feet, but 1.5 feet, and continue down the hallway.
Foot in
Okay.
a stub.
Yeah, I think
That
they
was
made a
actually
movie
pretty
about
good.
him. Isn't that movie, that Footloose movie?
Footloose, that's good.
He's no longer Solomon. He will be Bacon.
So now that you guys have made it as far as getting shot at by arrows, is anybody going to do anything about either of those 2 doors, or are you just going to head for the main 2 doors?
Gonna avoid that. Head to the main 2 doors.
Head to the main 2 doors before they
Yeah.
reload.
Yes.
Okay. As you're going
Book it.
down, now that you're past all the doors, you see another body on the ground.
Err.
What kind of body?
What does it look like?
Dead.
Fuck.
Exactly
Yes.
what he said. It definitely looks dead.
But what type of dead?
Very.
The mostly dead.
He's beaten me to the punchline on all of them. It's a very dead body. Are you trying to infer
What
that
type
you'd like
of
to know?
race? What type of face?
Okay, now that you're getting down to the basics, we can explain that part. Once again, it's a face that shows the Richter of terror frozen upon its visage. It's amazing. And when you look at this creature, which happens to be,
An elf.
you really wish for it to be an elf, don't you?
I didn't say that.
I can't say that. You know.
Well, I can. As the DM, I can tell you that it's an elf.
Yes!
My character
And
runs
there was
around.
much rejoicing.
My character runs around screaming and shouting, "Oh, my brethren, how did they do this to you?" The whole time I'm like,
Don't forget to make it pretty.
The hardest part of this whole thing is trying to remember that I'm not supposed to be happy.
It's good that you're happy. You should be happy. It is not every day that one comes upon a dead elf. So, you see this door in front of you. It's highly polished, looks maybe in better condition than what you've expected. It's based on what you've seen in the rest of the house. So, you're in front of this door, and you can see that the door is perhaps in a little bit better shape than the rest of the place has been. It seems to be a little bit cleaner. It's not quite as beat up and old looking, but it's a door. It has one keyhole and two knobs. And on the other side of the door, if you listen, you may hear something. You may, but you can't tell what it is.
My elf leans close up to the door and puts my ear up to the hole.
I
Smart
take a
idea.
step- I
The
take a
pointy
step
ears
back.
can be used like a pick.
That's the point.
Who's grabbing his head to use the ears as a pick?
No, they
The
know how to
half-orc.
use them, right? Where they're able to put the ear in and just or wiggle them around, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so.
how-
I mean,
Alright.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds
sounds
real.
like an elven thing to do.
That's how those guys work, right? I think
That's how elves work?
I
Yeah,
think that's what
I think so. So
So you're trying to listen to what's on the other side.
He's trying to pick the lock.
I will do that while picking the lock with my pointy ear.
While picking the lock. Oh, then I need you to roll percentile dice for me.
All right, it's this one and this one. Ooh.
Oh, excellent.
Nice. Hey.
You
Pointy
now
ears.
Their pointy ears are
pick
useful
the
for
lock.
something.
You hear a click,
Very closely.
and as an elf, for probably the first time in your life, you have done something useful. At the same time, while you've been doing this, you hear noises. Kind of.
Uh-oh.
Kind
They're,
of. What is that?
Gnomes?
That's odd.
Sounds like gnomes.
Maybe someone's
As you hear this
Let's try
noise,
that.
slapping
you
an elf.
suddenly hear a voice.
Oh.
Oh.
Good evening. I see that the door is now unlocked. If you wish to come in, please join me.
Oh, gee.
I pushed the elf against the door to
No.
open it.
Yeah.
So you
So you
step
guys-
forward and grab the elf from behind and push him through the door. Is that
Yes.
I tried to slide out of the way.
It's
Okay.
always-
I need you to both roll a 20-sided. Okay, we're going to redo that again.
Yeah.
Each of you pick up your dice, please.
Okay.
I need you both to roll a 20-sided. Oh. Oh my goodness. How could it happen that way? When you pick him up and push him against the door, it's an elf, okay? Good thing about elves, they're light. Bad thing about elves, they're slippery. They're kind of slimy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Fair.
I think it's from being out in the air all the time or something. And humidity, I'm not sure. But
Pine
it's like,
nuts.
All that
and
rain.
pops out of your hands. Pops out of your hands like a watermelon seed. Squirts into the room, face first, in front of this table. And at the table sits a very impressive looking gentleman. You, at the same time, having pushed him through, are now standing in the entryway looking at this gentleman. He appears like a human, but he's dressed in very strange, formal clothing, all black. It has a white tunic underneath it. Has this big necklace or ribbon. It's like a red ribbon, and it's got this really ornate gold and jeweled cross. But not not like that cross for religious stuff. It's just an X. And he has very well made up hair and features, but he's very, very pale. He has very red lips. And he looks at you both.
It's
and
like
he
Snow
smiles,
White.
And his smile, kind of like a shark. He's got very pointy teeth. And so, oh, I see you are here. You are most welcome.
Oh,
Would you
good.
like a drink? Please come talk to me and stay a while. Now I need you to roll a 20-sided.
All right.
Well, you smile back at him, and though you don't really notice it, the eyes are like glowing. And
His eyes are glowing.
His eyes are glowing. And he smiles even broader as you come in and say, I would be most honored, and walk slowly towards the table. At the same time, you,
Uh-oh.
Dust Eater,
What?
are hearing all this. You're really not seeing all this because you ended up face down on the ground.
Yeah.
So we need to know what you're doing.
Slowly getting up and turning around.
Need you to roll a 20-sided.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Well, you look up and see this person, creature, whatever, as described, gazing intently with a smile on its face at your poor half-orcan colleague, who is walking forward at a very slow, steady pace, ignoring everything else, heading towards this guy's table. So, you two guys, the two useless humans, those are words you do hear together a lot.
Oh, this is true.
Yes.
Of course you
The
do.
two useless humans are now looking into the room, and you see your half-orc colleague who's walking across. You see the elf up on his knees, posture elves are used to, and looks across. And,
It was gonna happen at some point in this dungeon.
I went for it early.
That's what she said.
Not going there.
Come on. Rocket.
Yeah.
And are you guys like moving forward to go into the room? What are you doing?
We better go catch up with the rest of them.
Hobbles McGee will make his way through the door.
I am honored.
Okay. The two of you come in there. Okay. And need you to both roll a 20-sided for me. Oh, excellent. No,
Wow.
humans, you're actually fairly useful for a change. Both of you make your saves. And you see only the half-orc standing there like this. Now, inside this room that you came in, I mean, if you look around a bit, you're going to see chests. One chest in particular is much smaller than all the rest,
The elves.
but it's very it's very ornate, and it seems to be of great importance. Everything else definitely looks like it has value. You see chests that could hold coins and chests that could hold gems, but this one very ornate small chest, you're not sure what that's about, but you think it could be very important. In the meantime, this person turns and looks at you and says, "Whoa, you are welcome to join me and accept my hospitality, because I have many good things to eat and drink, and many treasures to share. If you would like to come and eat at my table,
Do we trust the fancy pants or what?
I am not a fancy pants. I have a fancy cloak. Sheesh.
Why not? Play out the string.
I am
Humans and
willing to
pants.
share any of my treasures here. If, so long as you leave that one alone. And at that point, he points over to that very ornate little chest.
Of course. The one that we want. Okay, I wanted it first. What?
Well,
He's kind of disappointed.
Well, he's
to
an
see
elf.
what
I
he's saying.
thinks he
continue
has
towards.
command of
I
everything.
continue towards the table to sit with him.
Can we make a deal with the guy or what?
Yes.
He said we could start taking things.
Cool.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
correct. You're able to sit down with him at the table because he's willed you over there. And you're kind of just staring ahead. And he takes
Where's that elf's head?
a decanter of the darkest, deepest, reddest wine you've ever seen. Pours it into a glass, puts it across to you, and says, "Once I have been able to encourage your friends to sit down with us all, then we shall all share a glass of wine together, and you shall all be mine forever! Wah, ah, 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 ah."
Oh, gee. I don't like the sound of that.
That sounds
You
like a
should
cult.
be honored.
No.
I think you should get your pointy ear over to the small box and open it.
Distract him. And I start to... and my character will quietly try to sneak over to the smallest box.
I think that's a good idea. I'm certainly getting to that small box may be important. Seems to be. So you're going to try and sneak over there as a sneaky, weaselly,
Coward.
greasy elf.
Coward.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Redundancy.
All the same as the above. Okay, so I need you to roll percentiles for me, please.
Hey, what?
Oh, well done. You have snuck over unobserved by this very strange individual.
Elves
You
are
have
more
deep
useful than I
suspicions
thought.
about. And he
I
has
didn't go that
been
far.
very interested in talking to the rest of you and not paying attention to the sneaky, greasy, weaselly little elf.
I made it.
I'm gonna play for further time, and I will sit down at the table with him so that he keeps his attention on us.
Oh, it is very nice of you to come and join me at the table. He pours another glass of wine and puts it across to you. He holds the decanter. Oh, the very finest vintage. Sets it back down.
Our friend asked for a distraction, so I will try to wow our host with my marksmanship.
Oh, I thought you were going to
it's
fart again.
it's a human. Eh.
Oh, that's right. It's a human, not a dwarf.
All right.
Yeah, you're always distracting as a dwarf because you fart a lot.
Yeah.
It's all that taco hell stuff. I'm telling you right
It's
now.
delicious.
Oh, back to the mines. Back to the mines for you.
That's
But he
how
killed
we
all the
clear
canaries.
mines. It's the gas explosions.
Well, that's part of the problem. We need to have more drilling, and we don't have to do as much when you're there.
To avoid hearing it, my character
need
will
to-
put his ear into the door, the lock again, and try to unlock it quickly.
You're gonna put your ear up to the lock on this little box.
Isn't that how elves unlock things?
We thought that they used their pointy ears to
Well,
unlock
yeah,
as a pick,
honestly,
right?
I don't
Didn't
know,
need-
so it could be.
All right.
Try.
All right.
I'll give it another try.
Okay, roll percentiles.
Go! Ooh!
Whoa. Well, okay, that's unexpected. It pops open, and inside, wrapped in a few folds of beautiful silk cloth, is a small mirror.
Ooh.
The mirror is only about the size of a human hand. And it's one that, when you look at it, it has a reflection of water and the sunrise,
Oh.
as if it were real.
Oh.
Oh.
It's terrifying.
Well, it's sun. I understand that.
Right.
We don't like that so much.
Hey,
But
you're an
it is
elf.
pretty neat from a magical standpoint.
Very.
Well, there you go.
I've got sunshine in my pocket.
About distracting the
On a
host
cloudy day.
with the
I
marksmanship.
need to roll.
Oh!
Whoa!
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it, baby. This person turns and sees this slimy, greasy, sneaky little elf who has popped this open and pulled this thing out.
Oh, gee.
And looks across and says, "Do you
Orgy.
think you can fool me, the Count, and take my greatest treasure?"
No.
He thrusts his hand forward and lets loose a spell at you.
I dive out of the way.
I need you to roll a 20 sided.
Uh-oh. Go, go, go.
Ooh.
Each of your fighters have been given one spell that they could use in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're finding this is the right time to do it against this creature, which suddenly you all recognize as an ancient and powerful vampire. It took you this long because you're not really human and you don't watch B movies with Bela Lugosi. But you now know that this horrific and powerful vampire is standing in front of you, and you better do something about it fast because he's going to make mincemeat out of all of you if you don't. He's already on the verge of turning our poor half-orc. So, what are you guys going to do?
Oh, if we've been given a stuff.
Shoot at him.
Fireball?
Sure.
Everybody's favorite spell.
That is the best spell.
It's a good spell.
The only spell, right?
That's all I see
First
humans
off, I need
use.
you to each roll a 6-sided.
That is fair.
6-sided. Ah.
Ooh.
That's
Excellent.
interesting.
Very interesting.
Based on what I saw there, I need the order of the fireballs to be Jack, then Harry, then Pat.
Names.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot the names. Who are you guys?
Chit chat.
Trixie.
Ingot.
Harry, you got that right.
Wait, did you say Trixie?
Uh-huh. I got him.
Trixie Hornhelm.
Trixie Hornhelm.
Okay, I guess that makes some sense.
That's why I got an extra set of glasses.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you guys have done your roll. I'm very impressed. And that means that the order in which this occurs is Trixie, Harry, Chit Chat. So, Trixie,
Fireball.
if Dwarf Dog starts barking, I'm going to kick your ass. Go ahead. Fireball.
Fireball.
20-sided.
Ah!
Ah! Great. Absolutely great. Before we go any further, let's just get the rest of these rolls over with. So,
Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
Harry.
We need you to roll a 20-sided.
Oh. There you go.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Chit Chat. Well, okay, that's not too bad. Well, actually, it's all horrible, but that's fine. So,
I reach for the wine.
you pull out the spell that was given to you and snap your fingers, and away it goes.
I saw.
And unfortunately, you were so excited by doing this, you hadn't raised your hand up by the time you actually let it go. So it detonates a few feet in front of you into the ground, spewing fire all over this
Sounds like
nice
what an
wooden
elf would do.
mansion.
Ooh.
Harry, in your particular case, you rolled, and though your fireball was excellent and did some damage to this person, at the same time, most of it went past him.
Oh.
Actually slammed into the wall on the far side, and now that's on fire.
Oops.
Chit chat. You hit him fair and square, and all you really managed to do outside of pissing him off, and we'll come back to that in just a moment, is also ignite that whole center area of the room on fire, including his table, and most importantly, his solitaire game. He's pissed now. I can tell you that. So, all of
He
these,
did it.
Is our half-orc friend?
Ah!
Half-orc friend is roasting.
It's a orc roast.
Absolutely.
I love this story.
I haven't been to an orc roast all year, so this is perfect. You guys can eat afterwards. This is wow.
Tenderized.
Yeah.
So you see all of this happening at the same time.
It's
Everything
the
is at
other
fire
meat.
around you. This person, this count, he's very unhappy. I don't like what's going on. This is all flames everywhere. This is terrible, terrible. And he looks at you all and he says, but at least you were stupid enough to only use the flames and not the mirror. And he reaches down and grabs the biggest of the boxes of treasure and looks like he's going to depart. I need you all.
Oh,
6-sided.
All or just the three of them?
you're on fire.
At all.
You
Oh.
don't count. You're just.
Are you not all?
Ah! Stop, drop, and roll.
Yes, you're
Only you can prevent orc fires.
correct. It's very important.
It smells delicious.
Safety tip of the day. Almost as good as brisket. And of course now, everybody's seeing this place burning, and you see all this important treasure and so forth at risk, and of course this creature's not very happy. But you know it's a vampire. And you know that what you have to stop it in terms of your natural abilities and magic that you have normally been carrying is not going to work. However, I need the elf in particular
Uh-oh.
to roll a 20-sided.
Go.
Relying on an elf is a bad thing.
Oh, gosh.
Well, he's not on a shelf
Uh-oh.
this time.
Wait. No, what's your intelligence again?
17.
Oh, damn. I hate to have the elf be the potential savior of the party. It looks like it might happen.
That's
You're
why I
gonna
played a
kill it.
coward.
You're gonna kill it with unicorns and sparkles.
I think sunshine.
Ugh.
So,
In his pocket mirror.
I need you, since you figured out that what you really need to do is to shine this mirror into the face of this nasty creature. And I need you to roll a 6-sided. I also have to roll a 6-sided.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh.
I hate elves. I really hate elves. Elf, you can see that he's turning towards you in alarm and unhappy. And you raise up this mirror and shine it in his face, and a beam of sunshine comes forth from the mirror and strikes him. And with that beam of sunshine and bursting into flames, he screams in agony, "Blah, blah, blah. I am burning, oh, you evil elf, you suck." And
He knew.
He knows.
catches fire, and with that, and then he catches fire, and in a few seconds is burned to ash, and the ashes drift down, and all that's left is the strange cross jewel thing that he had been wearing on his chest, and 2 rings. One of them looks like a signet ring, and the other looks more just like a fancy ring. And he's gone. Now, the room you're in is in
On fire?
flames. What are you guys doing?
Does anyone have water?
I have to wiggle my fingers and clean up that mess.
Yeah.
So,
Can you wiggle your fingers and manifest some water? The room is on fire.
I mean,
And we could get all the treasure, though.
That was what I was going to start doing. Is I start taking the treasure that's not on fire.
The flames are growing. This is old wood. A lot of varnish. Going fast.
I
Grab a
run.
chest and run.
I run over
Hobble.
and I
Hobble.
grab the necklace and the rings, and I start to run.
I grab a chest and I book it.
Once Dracula, and we all know that's who it was, disappears, you are no longer under his thrall. And you're kind of like,
You're
what's-
just on
oh,
fire.
It's burning, and I'm burning, and what the hell is going on here?
I jump out of my chair and run away.
I didn't know you were
Well,
playing.
you're on fire. Okay, that's good. That's a good incentive. I think.
I didn't know you were playing a half-orc coward too.
I didn't see what the orc's other half was, did I? Hey, they have pointy ears.
So is Mr. Spock. I'm just asking.
Does bleed green.
Okay, so you're running out of there on fire. You guys are all trying to grab something. Those of you who are trying to grab something, I need you each to make a 20-sided roll for me, please.
Ah.
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 Wait. Harry,
Yes.
yeah. No.
Ah.
Huh?
Wait, Chit Chat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Elf?
Alright.
Oh, crap. I guess the elf gets something. But you grabbed very specifically for the cross thing and
The rings, yes.
Okay. So, at this point, the room is burning way too hard. And you all have to run from the dungeon, from the mansion, in order to survive. And therefore, you're all making beat feet to catch up to our poor half-orc.
I would like to run through the rear window.
Okay, sure, why not? Crash! Roll 20-sided. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
Out the
You
window,
go
fight
running
back.
up to the rear window, on fire, go to throw yourself out. Nice, hefty half-orc, shouldn't be a problem at all. You fling yourself into the air, smash into the window, and bounce.
Bounce.
Bounce right back. Don't even get through.
Doors made
Still
that
on
window.
fire. Now you're screaming for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Here, try again.
Yep.
Go for it. That's it. Successful this time.
Well done.
Smashes through the
Nice.
window
You
and
rock.
out the door and disappears into the night, burning. That's pretty wild. And what do you want, Harry?
I was going to say, if I hobble fast enough to catch up, I'd like to throw them out the window, but
Oh, no, you're way too slow.
yeah, it's a human.
It's okay, Gimpy. We still love you. Now, you're out, and you're also out, and you're out,
Mm-hmm.
and you turn around and see the winsome old mansion that has long disturbed this town, haunted, burning. Burning.
Take
And
that, ghosts.
It's not going to
And
go
a ring
out
of fire.
until it's burned out. Well, all I can say is that was an awful lot of work for very little gain, unless you're going to beat up the elf to take his treasure. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Am I giving something away?
I'm a coward and I run fast.
You have treasure. We have motivation to track you down.
We only had one spell.
Yes. What else do you need?
Second spell to kill the elf.
Oh, to kill the elf? Oh, well, no. I think that was meant to be in some ways. That this elf was going to be there to remind us of our unfortunate place in life.
I don't like Halloween.
Well, it's okay. The elf is pretty damn lucky, to be honest.
I feel like I won and lost at the same time.
Right.
Well,
Fair.
did you enjoy our short Halloween dungeon?
I did.
Yes,
That
it
was
was
great.
so fun.
Good times.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be back later with other stuff, but in the meantime, let's give it to everybody. Remember,
Dwarves rock!
So we hope you enjoyed our brief dungeon today. Even if it was kind of weird, I don't know. It's hard to do these things for film and whatnot, especially when you're herding kobolds like this group. We hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please stroke that like button, especially hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and join us in the future for more content. We're going to have more on this Halloween thing, and you'll see that in the next special. Take care, everyone, and remember 2 things. Happy Halloween and Dwarves rock. Have a spooky day.